What up, fam? You're listening to Agree to Disagree. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. Come talk some Phillies with us. Let's go. Let's go. This ain't the fuck night. Oh, this game he stinks.
Oh shit!
It's gone.
You're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
Welcome in, everybody. This is Agree to Disagree, only on A2D Radio every Sunday. We are brought to you by our doc, make them yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, locations in Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find them right on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. No Uncle Sweeps today. We got Greg Moniak, Brian Wilson. I'm Tom Arnone. Everybody out there listening, watching, welcome in. We'll do Crumb of the Week like we do every week at the end of the show. Sixers post-draft thoughts. Obviously didn't draft anybody, but we're able to make a trade with the 23rd pick and Danny Green and get ourselves not only a backup point guard, but some much-needed bench depth, right? And a guy who can come off the bench and score. So, I really like the trade. We'll talk about
it. And
a
good young player. He's good. Yeah, he's a good player, De'Anthony Melton.
Yeah, he's solid. He's solid for sure.
And he's what, 23, 24? He's young. Yeah, young.
So we'll talk about that a little later on in the show. Bryce Harper injury, we'll discuss that a little bit, what that means, not only how long for him. We'll also get some more information. I would say probably Tuesday, if not tomorrow. But I'm thinking more Tuesday. Tomorrow's an off day, so I don't know how much information we're going to get tomorrow on it. But definitely by Tuesday, we'll have a little bit more info and a little bit longer or a little bit more insight on a timetable for his return. So we'll talk about Bryce Harper's injury.
Yeah. Hopefully no surgery. That's really where we're at, right?
Yeah, of course. Phillies Padres series recap. We'll discuss this series. They go 3-1 in a 4-game series against San Diego against really good pitchers. You saw all series long too. So I think we all have been happy with a split. To be able to go take 3 out of 4 is big for this baseball team, and to be able to win a game today without Bryce Harper is also big for this baseball team, especially when the bats come alive a little bit. So ties into one question brought to you by Manscaped, and you get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. So it's time to throw out your old hygiene habits and upgrade your life. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Our poll question for tonight: the Phillies will make the playoffs despite Bryce Harper missing significant time. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the follow, and more importantly, come on in, conversate with us. Let us know where you're tuning in from, and answer the poll. So I feel like the majority is going to disagree with this. So I'm going to agree. And not only am I going to agree, I'm going to absolutely.
Tommy's back.
I'm going to absolutely agree. Like, I mean, this is sports. This is sports here in Philadelphia. I mean, everybody pretty much told this baseball team as of a broken thumb, not even 24 hours ago, that their season was done. So a bunch of guys pretty much through the social media world heard their season was done with still plenty of baseball left to be played. A game and a half out of the wild card. Okay, game and a half out. So, did I think it was an uphill battle with Bryce? Sure. I don't think anybody thought it was going to be easy, but we've been playing better baseball. And sometimes when your back's against the wall, guys focus more, right? Attention to details better. This is where I'm going with this. Okay, Braves lost Ronald Acuna last year. Everybody told them they were done too. I'm not telling you we're going to go win a World Series. That's not what I'm telling you. We got to get over our own hump and just get into the dance first. But what I will tell you is sometimes pros sit down and focus a little bit more. Sometimes they look themselves in the mirror a little bit more. And this is what I'm hoping from this baseball team. And there's still enough talent in this offense to be able to produce runs. Now, is it a killer? Absolutely. Is it irreplaceable? Absolutely. Right? I mean, the Braves went out and got some outfielders last year and semi-replaced Acuna. But again, another player who's not replaceable. Okay? Other guys stepped up. Right? I thought Dansby Swanson had a great second half of the season. I thought Ozzie Albies had a great second half of the season.
Eddie Rosario was fucking incredible.
Eddie Rosario had a really good.
He had amazing playoffs.
So I mean, other guys step up. The Braves are without Albies right now. So to get Acuna back, they lose Albies. They're still playing really good baseball. So is it ideal? Absolutely not.
Spencer Strider looks like Cy Young.
Would we rather have Bryce Harper in our lineup? Absolutely. But it doesn't mean we can't still make the playoffs. And again, we don't know his timetable. So if it's 6 weeks, then that's a little bit easier of a pill to swallow. If it's
4, whoa, hey.
But if it's 8, 12 weeks or 10 to 12 like Segura, then I don't know. But I'll tell you what, at the beginning of it, it's a little easier to overcome the injury as a baseball team. As things go longer and longer and longer, sometimes you get your holes really get really get a microscope on them. People really find out what your holes are. They and they become glaring. I would say
they exploit them for sure. Yeah,
exploit your holes a little bit more as time goes on. But
talking about exploited holes here.
It was good to see Nick come out and hit the ball today. Well, I mean, I know his first 2 hits were, little humpback singles, but at this point he'll take them.
Yeah.
When you're struggling, right, you take anything.
Yeah, and Greg, you made you don't make many good points, but you made one yesterday in the group. And obviously, we're not trying to lose Harper, but this does free up the DH a little bit. I think this does maybe get some more.
It makes our defense slightly better, actually, right off the bat.
Slightly better because Nick and Schwarber, I mean, the worst combo.
Combo. Yeah, our outfield doesn't get to any ball, just nothing. Between them two and Odubel having his head in his ass, we're just completely fucked out there. So at least now we get somebody that can play the outfield out there.
So I'll say agree. I say they make the playoffs. I don't know when he's coming back. I'm assuming he's going to be back at some point. I don't know when, but. Maybe they continue to play good baseball. So
hopefully it's only like 4 or 5 weeks. That would be great. That's obviously the best scenario here. I'm going to agree too, Tom, just because there's 3 wild cards. I mean, I feel like we are. I look around. I would expect that we might do something, come the trade deadline. I would expect that we do. But look around, like I feel like we can hang with pretty much all these teams in the NL, except for maybe the Mets, but I hate crowning the Mets just because they're the fucking Mets. But the Mets are pretty good, and fucking DeGrom threw a bullpen yesterday, so that's probably not great. I think Scherzer made a start in the A-ball yesterday too. So yeah, it's not great. But again, we don't have to catch the Mets. Who cares about the Mets? There's 3 wild card spots. Just gotta get in the dance. Can you get in? I feel like what we have going for us right now is our starting pitching has been pretty good all year. Eflin's been in a bit of a funk. But he threw well yesterday, obviously.
Well, yesterday.
Yeah, threw well yesterday. But our bullpen has looked very good recently, that's if our bullpen can throw well, and obviously we just added Appel to it. Hopefully he throws well. We might be looking at something here.
So you agree
we can continue this winning ways. Yes, I'm going to agree, yeah.
All right.
And I don't think we're going to win the division, but I think we can get a wild card spot for sure.
No, and that's absolutely fair. I think Tommy, kind of as you alluded to early, I think even with Bryce, it was going to be an uphill battle for that, right? So I'm going to disagree. I don't know. I don't think we go in a tailspin. I just think kind of, as you got to the end of your point, you mentioned that our other glaring holes and our other glaring deficiencies are going to get exploited as time goes on, depending on how much. I'm going off of the 6 to 8 week thought process, right? So he's going to miss significant time, right? He's going to miss potentially 2 months, a month and a half, 2 months. I think the defense and the bullpen. Well, actually, the defense probably does get better because we do get to sit Schwarber or Castellanos, a little bit more. And you probably saw that today. Like Nick probably felt glorious not having to play right field today. And if that helps him get back on track, then cool. Do they have the opportunity to? Absolutely. I mean, you have 3 guys still in that lineup making over $100 million. And you have another guy who is going to be looking for that big deal in Rhys Hoskins, right? So you have 3 guys making $100 million. You have a guy like Rhys Hoskins who wants to get paid, and then you have other just pure pros in there too, in Didi and stuff and whatnot. So I think they can. I just don't think they will, because I think ultimately the year is going to come down to the bullpen. When they're throwing well like they are now, we're in games and we're winning games. When they don't throw well and they're a hot mess like they have been in the past, we're going to struggle really bad.
Yeah, and that's with or without Bryce, obviously.
Correct, yes.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, I hear the reason. I mean, I know, whoever this chat member is, they have somewhere close to a 0 chance to make the playoffs. Like, listen, I would agree with you, brother.
I wouldn't say it's that low.
I would agree with you if they were like 7 games out. Right. I mean,
it's probably like 30% chance.
Like they're a game and a half out. I mean, baseball's a tricky sport.
They're right there.
So
they're right there.
I'm not going to say 0% chance. I think they do. I think they do, and it's nothing to do with Bryce. It's more so like what I alluded to, that Greg, you just mentioned it. I mean, all the $100 million guys in this lineup. Okay, you just mentioned it. This isn't a little late goddamn lineup, right? It drove us crazy when they struggled without him in, because you're like, there's enough talent here. Okay, but this makes guys take a step back. This makes guys look themselves in the mirror. This makes guys focus more, right? And you saw Nick get 4 hits today, right? Schwarber with a big bomb. Right, and we're not talking about Alex sort of coming back out of it a little bit right now. He's starting to swing it a little bit better. I thought Matt Vierling is swinging it better.
Vierling has been swinging it very well all month. I think like a 305 average for the month.
Stott's not getting the hits to show it, but he's barreling up baseballs right now. So if you're not watching it, you're gonna say, Bryson Stott's struggling. No, but if you're watching it, you're seeing them balls right on the screws, balls right on.
Oh, another 0 for 3 for Bryson. Yeah, not really. 2 balls just right at people, right? You know what I mean? You're absolutely right, Tommy.
Yeah, and I don't think this is a miracle, Nick. I mean, you're talking about like making the playoffs would be a miracle. I don't think it's a miracle. Now you want to talk about cutting nets down, right, and hoisting trophies, and that's a miracle conversation, right? But in terms of getting there, we're not talking
there's
about
3 wild cards, guys. You got to remember that. Not you, Tommy. This is the most teams that's ever made the playoffs ever. Like, there's definitely opportunity for us to make the playoffs still.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and there's definitely cases, like, even though I disagree, there's definitely cases to make and points to make that you can agree, right, Tommy? As you and Brian made a lot of them, but I think the biggest one though is Brian.
Brian,
I Brian'd you.
Wasn't ready for that.
But I think the biggest thing that you said though, Tommy, is guys taking a step back. How much of Castellanos this year and how much of Schwarber have been depending on Harper, right, to kind of guide their way through this first year in sometimes a hostile city, right? These guys coming in from Chicago and from the Midwest might not be used to this, fan base in this market, and so they're relying on Bryce to be that leader and be that lightning rod at the top, and then they feed off of him, right? So now that he's out of the lineup, these guys then have to be like, all right, well, now it's time for our season to begin. We wish it wasn't like that, right? Wish it, Nick Castellanos wasn't batting under 250, and Schwarber didn't have the start he did. But but especially, the way Schwarber's been hitting throughout the month of June, hopefully that continues through the summer, because you're going to need that to make up for a loss of and he's having arguably a better year this year than he did last year as his MVP year.
Well, I don't even think you need to make up for him with necessarily Schwarber, right? Like, not that I'm playing into what you're talking about. I mean, you make up for it by Nick being Nick. You make up for it with JT being JT. Yep. You make up for it where Didi actually hits a home run and it doesn't take 200 plate appearances, because that's sort of where he's at, right? You make up for it with ways like that, right? And I think they can.
We definitely need Didi to start hitting for sure.
But I mean, I'm not going to sit here and guarantee it. I wouldn't guarantee it one way or the other. But sometimes a loss, I'll keep saying it, can make guys focus a little bit more, right? And this guy's obviously a leader. I don't expect him not to be with the ball club like some prima donnas would. I expect Bryce to travel with the team. I know not all guys do that, but I expect him to travel. Now every trip, maybe not, right? But as long as there's not doctor stuff, he needs to be at home.
If there's no surgery, I think he definitely travels.
I think he travels. So I mean, Segura didn't. Segura also had surgery, right? So there's the difference in the two injuries right there. Hopefully, right? Gene's not traveling with the team because of that. But I still expect home games, Greg, to talk about leadership and to talk about other things you can still bring to the table, because there is some young kids here. I mean, Bryson's a young kid. Mickey's getting a call back up, today. Mickey's a young kid. So, I mean, there's young guys here that could help from his leadership still being around. Listen, baseball's not a one-man sport, okay? And that's been going on since 1800s, all right? It's never been a one-man sport. So I hate to say next man up, because it's not just any next man, right? I mean, this is a big loss. So I'm not going to say next man up. What I'm going to say is a collective group up, right? Because a collective group laser focus can make up for it. Now, you're going to make up for the numbers? No, but you can. I mean, Nick hasn't hit at all. I mean, if Nick gets anywhere close to his numbers last year in Cincinnati, right, he's making up for it. Yes. I'm not telling you totally. I'm saying if he gets close to his numbers in Cincy last year, that means he's making up for the loss, which means he's got to go scorching hot through the second half of this season, right?
He hit, 309 last year?
Yeah, something crazy. 30
100 RBIs, 30-something home runs. He had a great year.
Yeah, so he's going to go to a tear.
You know what I'm saying? So it would need that. It would need, it would need Didi to get close to his numbers. It would need JT to sort of match his numbers from year one here in Philly. So, I mean, listen, you need a lot to go right.
And honestly, guys, how about if you looked at the game today? Now, granted, I'm not sure we're going to do this all the time because Darvish is pretty slow to the plate, but we ran a lot today. And I like that. I would love us to do a little small ball action now with no Bryce. A little more running, a little more hitting and running. Moving on the bases. I like it. Keep it going.
But they even, to your point, though, early in the year, they were doing that as well with Bryce. I think Bryce has got like 8 or 9
stolen
bases.
He's got 8 bags.
Yeah, so, but no, I agree. I think that's a huge part of what could be their game, what they have today. 3 stolen bases all early.
Yeah, and Castellanos got thrown out, and it was bang, bang. Like, he might have been safe. He might have had a second one. So, yeah, I like that. I like that they're running.
Listen, you find ways to win baseball games, right?
Absolutely.
And if you continue to get, not today, but if you continue to get the starting pitching you've gotten, right, you have a chance. Okay. The big thing is timely hits. The only game we lost in this series was a game that, we didn't score. We lost one.
We got great pitching. Yeah.
We got great pitching. I mean, Nola's been great. Wheeler's been good. I'm not going to call Wheeler great because I think he can be better.
He was great until about his past 2 starts.
So he's been solid, right?
Well, he can come out and I'd like to see him come out and shove Atlanta on Tuesday. He opens the series, right? I think he does.
I believe so.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
Yeah, Wheeler, Morton, Ranger, Kyle Wright, and then Nola Anderson on Thursday.
Okay, let's go get some fucking Atlanta.
Listen, 2 or 3, right? Talk about winning.
That's what we're 4 games over. We're just trying to win series right now.
And I think, Tommy, to your point about this San Diego series, yeah, I think everybody probably would have been okay with a split. had we split with Texas, right? I think losing both to Texas and kind of feeling like, oh crap, here we go again. Like the Phillies are back, right? Our Phillies are back. But then you come take 3 or 4, and it kind of lessens that load, right? It kind of lessens that blow of being bad in Texas, and then showing back up and taking 3 out of 4. And you're right, Wells, against, or so whoever said it, against some really good pitching. I mean, you face Snell, you face Darvish, and who was some of the other ones? I think the only one we missed was Manaea.
Yeah, but we faced all their top arms, basically.
Yeah.
We faced Musgrove, Mackenzie Gore, Blake Snell, and Darvish.
The only thing I'll say is, this year we haven't hit with him not in the lineup. Today was the only day we really had.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So
we only averaged 2.7 runs with him out of the lineup.
If you think of yesterday too, though, the offense came along after he hit, right? After he got out, right? That was when JT hit the solo, and then we started manufacturing runs there. But you're right. Collectively, traditionally this year, we've not been very good with him out of the lineup.
No, the only difference is he's coming back.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I know we keep bringing up the Braves last year, and the difference is like even if he has to have surgery, he'll still probably be back before the playoffs start. Now, hopefully, if he doesn't have surgery, he should be back, in August, which would be great.
Well, listen, I'm going to take a stab at it. I'm no doctor, but I'm assuming surgery.
But he did say at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Yeah, I'm assuming surgery. When you
I'm hoping no surgery.
Yeah, you take 97 off the thumb, flush.
Yeah, I mean it didn't look good.
I did like that. I wish someone had taken 97 off the face. I don't freak anything there.
Because he got hit in the face last year, right?
Yeah.
But no,
take 98
honestly,
off the face. I can't take 97
I'm right
off
with
the
him.
thumb.
I'm right with him though. I'd rather hit him in the face too. Because you figure even if it would have like broke a bone in his face, he probably would only miss like a week. Well, maybe if it was bad, you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Rather just missed him. That'd have been better.
Yeah, it would be great if he could have just got out of the way, right?
Yeah. I just missed him. That'd be cool. I love all these people talking. There's all these people online talking show him too. Obviously, he's frustrated and he's fired up in the moment. I think he was yelling.
I think
I heard him talk about him and Blake Snell talked.
Yeah,
he was only yelling. He was only yelling because Snell was not yelling at him, but Snell was like trying to get his attention to tell him he didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah,
right. And then he yelled back at him, like I know, and then was like, gave a yell. Like I think people don't understand. Like they don't watch the game. Like he didn't go yelling at Snell. Like Snell was trying to get his attention. Right, as soon as they hit him, Jorge jumped up. Jorge was right over.
Yeah, Jorge grabbed him immediately. Yeah.
So I mean, there's intentional. Like I said, if this was a divisional game, I'm plunking everybody the next day.
Yeah.
Even if you tell me it's not intentional, right? I mean,
if it's the Mets, it's a plunk fest. Yeah, for sure.
But everybody out there, like, you should retaliate today. I said, who are you going to plunk? Machado and Tatis in the dugout? Like, who are you plunking? Somebody's like,
we're gonna hit the bull.
Like, come on, guys. Like, listen, I'm not. You guys. I mean. Me and Snell had our back and forth. I'm not gonna protect Blake Snell one bit, But I mean, at the end of the day, you sort of feel when something's intentional. And then
I mean, Blake Snell was talking about. He's like, I'm sick. I'm sick over it. I'm upset over it. He was saying. So obviously, there's no intention.
Never had a history of this kind of shit. Like
there's no intention. It's a fucking fastball that got away from him.
Yeah.
And Bryce was diving in, and it's just a bad coincidence.
Why do you think these players, these hitters, are begging for you allow for Major League Baseball to allow the pitchers to use whatever sticky shit they want to use?
Yeah,
because they control it better. This is the problem. Look around Major League Baseball. I guarantee you, hit by pitches are up this year. I'll guarantee you. I don't even have that.
Oh, I know they are for sure.
And I guarantee
they definitely are. They definitely are.
I'm sure.
Nobody can control it. You got these slick balls. Everybody's got to get a new ball if a ball touches a piece of dirt. Like
they've been bitching about the balls heavy too. Yeah, you're right. Big
time.
So
I mean, you're going to get guys hurt. Other teams are lucky. Like the Mets are lucky they didn't lose. Alonso for a long time. He's been punked like 4 times this year. Right. So I mean,
the Mets have been plunked a ton as a team.
The league. This doesn't do anybody any good. Wouldn't you rather guys be able to control it? And okay, so it moves a little bit better. Well, it already moves already.
It already
Yeah,
moves.
just use the juice balls again, and it's all fair game. You get sticky stuff, we get juice balls. Everybody's happy.
You're right in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's one thing, right? So starters, yeah, it doesn't happen as often, right? Because they're more conditioned to throw strikes, but especially the relievers, right? All the relievers anymore, like, can you throw triple digits? Yes, get out there. I don't care where the ball goes. And you're right. Some of these hitters are scared shitless at times when certain guys come in. You think guys are comfortable in the box against Alvarado? Alvarado doesn't know where his ball goes anyway.
Everybody's throwing 90-7 plus.
Yeah. But no one knows how to pinpoint a strike anymore. Because
that's a thing of the past, Greg. Yeah, it's all about velocity training. Weighted balls, Greg.
Yeah, oh yeah. God forbid you put it in a strike zone, though.
Yeah. You know, I watched Greg Maddux. Fucking, he probably wouldn't, if there's 2 panes of glass, he wouldn't broke the second one. And I watched him just win Cy Young and Gold Glove, and I'm just going to put the ball on the corners all day, and you're not going to hit it hard ever.
I mean,
you can do that too.
We're looking at a guy here. I'm not calling him Greg Maddux, but isn't throwing 97, 98, and a guy like Aaron Nola.
Oh yeah, no, it's a lot of movement.
Movement, location. Not all the time. I mean, I'm not crowning Aaron Nola, but I'm just saying, like, we watch a guy. If you can locate first, I always tell kids, velocity will come. Right. So if I'm looking at you at 13 years old and it's your first time out on the big field, I'm looking for strike throwers, man.
Yeah, throw strikes. First off, your whole life, it's about throwing strikes. Guess what? Pitching is very easy when you pitch ahead. Pitching becomes really hard when you pitch from behind. It's just facts. The facts of the life. If you're behind a lot, you're not pitching well. If you're ahead a lot, you're probably pitching well. Throw strikes. Throw strikes.
Danny Koufax said, well, it's like, I became a pitcher when I stopped trying to make guys miss and I let them hit it.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. Like you see the numbers. All right. So 7 out of 10 times guys fail, and they're the great ones. All right. So your odds of, if you pitch the contact, of you having success as a pitcher is really high. But if you don't pitch the contact,
plus you stay in the game longer,
and you walk guys and you do those things, guess what happens to your success rate? It goes down.
Yeah, and okay, maybe you let up a solo homer here and there, but if you walk guys, then you're letting up 2 and 3 run homers, and that's the shit that gets you fucking pulled from a game and gets you fucking taken out of a pitching rotation. Start letting up 3 run homers, you're in big trouble.
And I'm not trying to compare like 13U baseball to the pros, but what I will say,
but it's the same shit, Tommy.
Dude, all my guys that have had success this year on the big field are the strike throwers, man. Everybody that hasn't right now are the guys that just haven't been able to put that together yet, right? I'm not saying they won't be able to, but it's the guys that come in and just fill the zone up. When the sweeps was on, he would say the same thing. His guys that are having the most success are guys that are just strike. I mean, I almost want you to be Cliff Lee. Like, I almost want you to almost live in the zone too much, right? Living it too much.
Yeah. I don't listen.
Real quick, after one period, it's 1-0 Tampa Bay.
Like obviously you get if you can throw first pitch strikes and get ahead, it makes everything easier for you as a pitcher. And when you're behind in the count, it makes everything harder because then they know you got to throw a strike. Then they're sitting fastball, especially if you're young. Like if you're 13, at least now, I mean, like at least in the pros, a lot of guys, they pitch backwards now in the pros a ton. Everyone throws in fastball counts, they throw off speed all the time now. But for young guys, I mean, Christ, if you're down 2-0, for Tommy's guys, if they're down 2-0, everyone's going to set fastball, and they're going to have to throw because they got to throw a strike. It's just tee off time.
It's so funny too because you said pitching backwards, and I don't even think there is a frontwards or backwards anymore, especially at the pro level, right? These guys can throw pitches and at any count, and they have just as much confidence. It's crazy because I don't think there is a frontwards or backwards anymore. But I understand what you mean.
Yeah, any pitch, any count. Yeah. Yeah. It's just you used to always see back in the day. You used to always see 3-1. 3-1 was a fastball.
Yes.
Yeah. 3-1's not a fastball anymore.
No,
it's usually not actually.
Yeah.
It's usually a change up, and everybody swings through it because they think it's a fastball.
Bullpen is a good question mark. We can't catch the base. I don't see the format. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong in anything. I think the rotation's a little bit better than you think it is. The rotation has been our strong suit the whole year. Different guys have been good at different times. Nola is really, and Wheeler have been the real 2 constants. The bullpen's a question mark, but it's throwing good right now, right? So I agree with your last 2. But But again, it's baseball, right? You don't have to see the formula for it to work, right? That's what makes baseball great. Like they're going through a stretch right now where they're catching the baseball and they're throwing strikes at all levels.
And our defense isn't
well.
Our defense is not great for sure, but our outfield play definitely benefits from this because of the fact that we can now DH one of Schwarber and Castellanos, and they don't have to both play the outfield.
Yeah,
it does. So it's weird to say that, but our defense does actually slightly get better in the outfield.
Yeah,
now, we're still don't catch the ball great in the infield, but it gets better in the outfield.
But I mean, this is really going to come. My pressure shifts to guys like Adubel, Vierling, Mickey when he comes up. The pressure shifts to those guys. In my opinion, like they got to make up for some of this, what you're missing. They just have to. They just have to. You can't just rely on 5 guys, right? So those guys have to make up for it. I expect the other guys to hit. I mean, that's what they've done their whole career. Like I expect guys like Schwarber, Hoskins, Castellanos, Didi, and JT to hit. I mean, they have to now, even more so.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they know it too. Not that they don't know it. They know it. And it's a good showing today out of Nick. Obviously, 4 hits, first game without Bryce. That's a fucking. Obviously, that's what we need. Giddy up time for Nick. Let's go.
Amanda says, "Hey, can I ask you guys a question?" Yeah, of course.
Yeah, shoot away. Anything you want.
Wayne, which player benefits the most from my new lineup today? Today Castellanos, but in the next month, who turns it on? Well, hopefully it's him still.
Yeah, he's still the guy.
we need Castellanos to hit. I would say Castellanos and JT. I think Reese. I kind of know what I'm going to get from Reese. I feel like he's going to get on base because he works walks. He's going to hit some home runs. He's going to probably pop up some balls and strike out in big sometimes as well. That's like what we're going to get from Reese. I need Castellanos to be the guy that that he was last year. That's what we need right now. And JT has been really bad. We need him. He's shown signs of life. We need him to continue that. And
last week or so he showed a pulse.
Yeah, I'm looking at Castellanos.
Last
and JT.
week to 2 weeks he showed a pulse. I think he's another guy that could benefit from the freeing up of the DH, right? You can have Stubbs catch, DH, JT.
Well, there's no reason for JT not to play ever now.
Well, right. And that's where I was shocked to see.
When his day off, he just DHs now.
Yeah,
right?
or plays first base.
Yeah, whatever.
Right. Yeah, but I think he's another guy, to your point, right? Which is kind of shocking he wasn't in the lineup today. Like, I understand you want to get Stubbs in there, but I guess you went to Castellanos first right off the bat. And hey, maybe it was the right move. 4 for 5, stolen base in there. That was good call.
I had a feeling that JT wasn't playing today, just because he played the first 3 games of the series and they were all. Well, no, Musgrove was a righty, but then the other 2 were lefty starters. So I had a feeling he was going to sit today, regardless. But we do have a day off tomorrow, so you're right. You could have used him somehow. But hey, we got the lead. He was probably there as a pinch hit option if we were losing.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
It's a good win today. It's a very good win. It's a very big swing by Schwarbs, and Schwarbs has been great. He's had a great June. This is what we expect. I think Crucky said it last week. Like, can we get him to report to camp in December so he thinks April's June? Because the dude, it's every year. I think last year he had 16 homers in June for the Nationals, which is just fucking crazy. Yeah. But he's got 10 now. That was his 10th today. 10 June homers. Still a week of June left, basically. He's going to end up with like maybe 12 homers in June. Fucking monster. Just a monster June. And then he needed it because he was playing so poorly. Now he's second in the NL in homers.
Brian says, what do you do at the deadline now that Harper is down for the foreseeable future? You figure they can't go all in. Yeah, they can. The Braves, like I said, I'm not going to keep comparing it to the Braves because that doesn't usually happen. But they went out
and Bryce is coming back.
They went out and they dressed some holes and they filled some things they needed, and that's all you can do.
I would expect. I want the young guys to play, so I don't know if I'm going to do much offensively. But I do expect us to go after some pitching for sure. Absolutely. There's starters and relievers that are out there that are available. Starters, there's 3 good name starters available. And Lou Trevino, who has been a really good relief guy in this league, is having a shit year for Oakland. And Frankie Montas, they're trying to move. I would love just package me up. Just give me a little package. You can give me a little sweet Lou. We can work some shit out for him because he's been a great closer slash setup guy for years. Having a bad year, whatever. Come a little change of scenery for you.
While we're bundling, why don't you just go get Roman Laureano as well?
I mean, if they want to throw Laureano in as well, we'll take him. We'll take him. Minus the steroids, we will take him. That's a good move, Greg, strictly because he's a very good outfielder. He would immediately be the best outfielder on our team.
And he's controllable.
Who's that?
Ramon Laureano.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For Oakland.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Frankie Montas is definitely there to have, and Trevino's been shit this year, so I'm sure they would move him. Yeah, but that's not the only name. Luis Castillo, right? Is that for the Reds?
Cincinnati.
He's definitely out there available. Also another good name pitcher, starting pitcher. There's another one too. I just can't think of his fucking name right now. And there's bats available, but you would think the main bat available is for sure is Nelson Cruz. He'll get traded from the Washington, but he's a DH now at this point. I'm not sure that we would want Nelson Cruz, but he'll definitely get traded.
I don't think we can because I mean, if you're banking on Bryce coming back, you're not making a move for a DH type of guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't. Yeah, you can't do Nelson.
You got to go if you're going to make a move for an offensive piece. And I agree. I don't think that's the route we go. I think it's pitching. Unless you're able to get like, hey, while we're at Oakland, well, let's do this clearance shopping here because I know they're open for dealing. Right? They wanted to trade Montas before the year.
Yeah.
And I think they wanted to trade Laureano before the year.
They're always
but he was popped. So
yeah.
They had to let him come back and show that he can still be that type of player even after the PEDs. And he is showing that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how good of a hitter.
Alex Colome from Colorado is another good guy from the bullpen, lefty.
Yeah, no, I like Colome. Yeah, how
Carl Edwards from
yeah, he's a tall drink of water. He's been around for years. He used to be a Cub. I was just bringing up Nelson Cruz because he's definitely going to get traded. That's
sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think we would need him, but he's definitely getting dealt.
I mean, I'll take him.
Yeah, granted, I'll take anybody.
Amanda says, do you guys think that Bryce Harper will be back in the lineup soon? Well, I'll say soon. Amanda, I think September. I think end of August.
I would love it to be middle of August, but I think I would say September.
I'll say September. And then she says, how do you feel about the lineup without Bryce Harper? We talked about this a little earlier on. I think it can get by, right? Do I think it can get by for 162 without him? No. But can it get by for 2 months? Come on. I mean, there's a lot of money.
Month and a half.
There's a lot of money in this lineup. It should be able to get by, right? We said,
and hope some of the young guys step up. Veerling's been hitting. Hopefully Moniak comes up and does some hitting.
The holes really get shown over time, right?
Yeah.
But for a 2 month period, you can tread it. And what I mean by treading is be good enough. Be good enough. That's it. It's not a perfect scenario, but they can be good enough. And who's going to be the designated hitter with Bryce at our lineup? I mean, I think it's going to be a bunch of different people. I think you're going to see JT there. I think you're going to see Schwarber there. I think you're going to see Nick there. You might even see Didi there. If Maton comes back once in a while. So they have some flexibility there. I think they're going to do their best to try to get a little bit more speed in their outfield, especially in away ballparks. I think at home, you might see where JT gets more of his rest and Stubbs plays a little bit more, where they can have Schwarber and Castellanos out there and it doesn't really hurt you.
Because of our outfield. Yeah.
Some of these away ballparks are so big and play so big. That's where I really think where you get your Schwarber your day off per se, and day off he's still hitting obviously, and Nick. So
it's just because you got to get some speed in the fucking outfield. Yeah.
Don. No, I don't think there's any chance for a division title now. I think that sort of goes out the window.
Yeah, the Mets are playing well. Don,
is he talking Pistons or is he talking? I'm sure Don's all jacked up over a good night that the Pistons had.
Great night,
Don, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I think there's no chance. I would love to say we can catch the Mets, but the Mets the Mets are playing great ball, and they're about to get 2 of the top 5 pitchers in baseball back. So, I mean, I would say we're not going to catch the Mets. Now, can we catch Atlanta, St. Louis, Milwaukee, all these teams that are like slightly in front of us? I think so. These teams don't really scare me. St. Louis has been struggling. They lost again today to Chicago. Milwaukee, we just went and took and swept them in Milwaukee. Like, I'm not worried about some. I feel like we're better. Maybe not without Harper, but we can still tread water without him, and we're better than some of these teams, I think.
Yeah, we're a game and as you guys pointed out, we're a game and a half out of the wild card right now. Half game behind the Giants, and the game and a half is behind the Cardinals. Braves are 2 up. Padres are 4 up. And if you think of Padres is that leader,
and the Braves are
number
playing
1 wild card, we just took 3 out of 4, and we have the Braves coming to town. We have the Braves and Cardinals coming to town.
Yeah, and the Braves are playing currently, so they could lose and be only a game and a half up as well.
Well, you're going to find out next week, really, what you are and what you're able to do. Right? You're going to find out real early, because if you don't overcome it early, you're never going to overcome it. Make sense? You're not going to figure it out a month from now.
Yeah.
You guys understand what I'm saying?
No, I got you. Like, if you come out and have a 1-5 week this week, it don't look good.
Then you might as well wrap it. You might as well put a bow on. But if you come out and have a 4-2 week, right? You have a 4-2 week because it's 6 games, because they're off Monday. So you come out and have a 4-2 week.
We have a 9-game homestand.
We'll just stick week to week, right?
6-3.
You have a 4-2 week.
Washington ends it.
Let's just start
7-2.
You fucking assholes, stop getting ahead of the game. Just stay within this week. A 4-2 week would make us all think that we can be a playoff team without him.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so. Hold on, who do we have? Braves, Cardinals,
Braves, Cards, Nats.
But Braves, Cards, just Braves, Cards at first, though.
Yes.
I honestly, if we go 3-3, Braves, Cards, I'd be like, okay, I wouldn't be upset. 2-4, I'm like, shit.
Yeah,
maybe we're in trouble. 3-3, I'm like, okay. I would have preferred 4-2, but okay.
Braves, Cards, Nats.
Because then we got to take 2 or 3 from Washington
before we go on the road to St. Louis, Toronto, and Miami.
Oh, that could be a bad. That's when we play bad in St. Louis and Toronto. Like, well, at least we're going to Miami next. Nope, wrong answer.
It doesn't happen that way.
that's when they invite us right down to the club. Oh, come on down. We got tables for you guys. We don't hit a baseball all weekend. we see Alcantara, Lopez, and Rogers. Bing bang boom. I would love to fucking somehow pry Alcantara from Miami. Is that possible? I fucking
probably not. I mean,
I love Sandy Alcantara.
He's what, a top 5 pitcher in baseball right now?
he's filthy, is what he is. Filthy, but they stink.
Stupid.
They stink. Can't you pry him?
What are you giving him?
I don't know. Our whole farm system, bags of cash, Philly cheesesteaks, tasty cakes, everything.
I mean, honestly, Painter,
the Philly fanatic, gritty. What do they want?
Painter, Abel, and Stott.
Didi, Moniak.
He's only
27, 28.
Doesn't have it.
Is he less than that?
Well, so you know why he's had so much success too, which I love about the guy? He's one of the few arms in baseball that wants to come in on your hands.
Yeah, he pitches in. He pitches in at 99 too. Watch yourself. Watch your legs.
I might be one of the few coaches out there that actually I want to make you uncomfortable inside.
Oh,
right?
I love pitching in.
Like, I talk to my pitchers all the time about, hey, we got no problem making a guy shuffle his feet a little bit. All right, make guys feel uncomfortable.
I got no problem plunking a guy.
Because I can get my hands extended on pitches away more, right? Because if I miss away, I'm probably missing middle. Now, if I miss in, I could be missing middle too, right?
Listen, if you want to miss in, you want to miss farther in. You don't want to miss towards the middle of the plate. Then. That's when it's a problem.
Hence what just happened last night. Guys trying to come inside and it gets
26.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I mean, whatever they want. Whatever they want.
Abel, stop. That's probably what it would take. It'd take all 3 of those guys.
See ya. Say
Oh
it.
yeah. I'm driving them all to the
Maybe
airport.
not Stott, but I'd probably back him up.
I'll bring him an entire truck full of cheesesteaks.
I said maybe. You didn't hear me. I said maybe not Stott, but yeah, I'll drive them all to the airport.
Well, guess what? No, we have to. That's when we get a little. We get creative and we say, okay, how about Miami throws a little something else in? That's all. We just take a little look at Miami, like, you know what? We're gonna need John Birdie
or Jazz Chisholm.
Yeah, well, they're not gonna give. I was gonna say that, but I was trying to be realistic, Craig. They ain't giving Jazz Chisholm. But if you know John Birdie is. Okay, I play a lot of daily fantasy. John Birdie, under the radar guy, plays a lot of positions and just steals bags. He's got like 22 stolen bases. Yeah. I'll take a little John Birdie. Throw a little Birdie my way.
Play every day, but in a different position.
Yeah, put them all over the field. Throw me a little Birdie.
I mean, we're doing this right now, and
we have no shot at getting out the guitar. I don't know what we're talking about, but I still like it.
I do like this one. I do like what Robert said. He said, "Give him Realmuto back."
We do have a top catching option.
I mean, can I get Alfaro back and then get?
No, we'll go with the O'Hoppy. We'll go Logan O'Hoppy.
That's what I'm saying. We got O'Hop. They say he's like 2 years away, but people like him a lot.
Yeah, to be honest,
he's hit well. He's hitting well.
To be honest,
like him a lot.
Give some credit to Jorge Alfaro too, because I think he looks. I mean, they were talking about it on the broadcast last night, but even before that, like. He's way better defensively than he was here and in Miami. Way better. Really cleaned himself up. Really did.
And he plays outfield out there too.
He's blocking
balls. Hip Jorge. You know that I've met Jorge Alfaro. Have I told that story to you guys before?
No, I haven't heard it at least.
Me, Rich, Ron, 4 of us maybe were in Center City. We're just drinking at the I forget which fucking bar it was.
You were out
while he was a Philly. He was on the IL or the DL, maybe at the time, whatever. But we were like, is that guy? He's just drinking at the end of the bar. Like there was another guy with him. I think it was like his translator / fucking guy that follows him around, makes sure he doesn't do any stupid shit. I don't know, but like he was just drinking, pounding drinks, and we're like, dude, is that? And Ron was like, I think that's Jorge Alfaro. I'm like, that's not Jorge Alfaro. And then finally, we went over to him, like Jorge, and he introduced himself, and we're talking to him. We're talking to the other guy that was with him, and it's crazy. We talked to him for like an hour and a half, and he was pounding beers. And he was cool as shit though. He was really cool, and he was pounding beers.
Did you buy? Did you guys buy, or did he buy?
He bought us 2 rounds.
There you go.
I tried to buy him a shot, but he said he doesn't. He said he only drinks beer.
You know what they say when you start doing shots.
Wow, this guy.
I think it's when he had a concussion.
Good time to be drinking.
Yeah, good time to be pounding beers.
Fire him back. Or I think that's like what he was on the DL for, was a concussion. But yeah, he was cool, man. I liked Jorge. And he definitely, I feel like he looks better too. Like he's in better shape than he was when he was a Philly. He definitely looks better catching for sure. Yeah.
He doesn't look like a hot mess.
And he's hit pretty well for them. He doesn't have a ton of power, but he's hitting like 250, I think, right? He's been batting in the middle of the fucking lineup since they had
280.
Yeah, and he's been hitting like 300 this month, I think.
Hey, he's batting like 280, he has 6 homers. I don't know how many plate appearances he has, but he's a guy who can lose a baseball.
Yeah, I mean, he's having a good year. 280. I'll fucking take that all day.
It's better than our catcher. I mean, his numbers are better than our catcher that we traded.
We'll love JT to hit 280.
I mean, but it is what it is now. Can't cry over spilled milk. It is.
Yeah,
over.
I mean, I think it's in there. It's just, is he going to show it? This is a good time. It's a good time.
Better time.
Hey, JT. Good time.
No better time there, bud.
Good time.
But I will leave you with this. I am interested to see what this organization does at the deadline without him here. I would hope that they've already spent this money where they say, hey, and they look, it's a copycat league, right? If you watch what a team just did last year after losing arguably their best player, they went out and they made some small moves that give their team a chance. And I think that's all you can ask for. And as a general manager, that's what Dave Dombrowski's job is. His job is to keep guys motivated and believing, right? And part of that is this is a big gut. This is a big gut, a big punch to the gut, right? Huge punch to the gut. But you come out and you win a game like you do today, right? It gives the dugout in the locker room a little bit better of a feel. Like, hey, we can do this. We can win games, right? And that's going to take more than one. But the other side of it is, what does your general manager do? Does he sit on his hands, or does he go out and get creative and find ways to make this baseball team better, even without a huge loss? And it doesn't have to be in the lineup, right? These additions don't necessarily have to be a guy coming in and batting your 4-hole, right? These additions can be, hey, another bullpen arm, maybe another starter, maybe two bullpen arms. I don't know. But there's ways to make your team better. A utility outfielder.
Outfielder, yeah.
If he comes up and shows that he can't play yet, or he's the guy who needs to play every day, then guess what? You got to go find somebody else.
Or that he just shows that he still can't play. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we both all can agree that a Dubel and Veerling are pretty much MLB players. Now, are they MLB starters? I'm not going to go that far. They're probably more your fourth outfielders on most teams.
Right. I'd like to send Dubel to the sun, but that's fine.
No, I agree with you.
He's when he's hitting, you're like, wow, he's pretty good. When he's not hitting, he's awful. But it's what it is. It's what it is. I hear you.
I'm just more saying.
And what sucks is that he's still better than Moniak somehow. Can Mickey show something?
No, and Tommy, I think that number I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but 2 arms, right? Whether it's a starter and a reliever or 2 relievers, I think that's what you need. 2 arms, right? And it could be, like you said, any combination. Although I don't know if we need 2 starters. We definitely need bullpen. I think they realize that. But I think to your point, right, you go out and make deals. You don't have to go make deals for rentals, right? Especially if you kind of see that all right, the tires are falling off. We're probably not making the postseason. But, hey, let's just throw that scenario out in Oakland, right? But, hey, these guys are available and they're controllable. And we can go do that and get it done now so that when we roll into next year, we have a Frankie Montas already here. We have a Roman Laureano in center field already, right? And then that way we go into the offseason, you're already built for next year. You don't have to worry about where like Atlanta went out and bought a whole bunch of rentals, right?
Well, we're trying to make the playoffs, though, Greg. I hear you, though. I hear you.
No, but you could do kind of like if you realize the wheels are falling off.
It's a both move. I got you. It's like it could be a both move. I got you.
Yes. Obviously, help you stabilize this year.
I'm hoping the wheels don't fall.
I hear you. Yeah. I do too.
I was feeling really good till about 10:45 last night.
Colorado just scored 1-1.
Oh.
18 minutes left in the second period. So the second period is just starting.
Braves are up 1-0 on the Dodgers and have the bases loaded, bottom 6.
With 2 outs.
A lot of questions. A lot of questioning on this goal, though. I don't know what happened. I obviously don't have it on. But a lot of questioning with this goal. It's going to stand, but there's a lot of talk after it.
How do you know it's going to stand then?
Because they're lining up at the face-off.
Hashtag hockey guy, Tom. Come on.
They're lining up to take the face-off, but there was a lot of conversation before it got to here.
That's a good fucking scoop, Freddie. Come on, Dodgers. Don't fucking beat this Atlanta team.
They just keep finding ways to win games, don't they, dude?
It's amazing. It's a great scoop by Freddie right there, though.
I don't know why. Bear with me, everybody. I'm still dealing with the effects of this, but Snicker, right? Snicker, right?
Yeah.
Snicker, yeah.
I think the guy deserves a lot of credit.
He definitely does.
When he's getting another year where he's finding ways to win baseball games, and they keep losing pieces.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty good. They're definitely not bad, but you're right. I mean, they just keep this Michael Harris kid comes up out of I think he only played in. Did he even play in Double-A? Well, he played 10 games in Double-A. Fucking comes up, he's all over the outfield, catches everything. He's fucking hitting the baseball. And obviously, they still have no Albies, but they have a lot of talent. And Orlando Arcia, who they plugged in for Albies, is a professional. He's been around. He started for teams. He'll hit a little bit. And Dansby Swanson's turned into a good fucking player, like we always expected him to. He's now a good fucking player.
Yeah, he's a great player. Yeah,
I mean, he's damn good fielder. Always was. Now he can hit.
His hitting was his big thing, and I think he really the second half of last year. I mean, you want to talk about stepping up, right? Mm-hmm. They lose Acuna, and other guys stepped up for sure. But that guy stepped up more than anybody, in my opinion. I mean, obviously Freddie did what Freddie does, right? Albies does what Albies does, but that guy really stepped his game up. And this is what we talk about: looking in the mirror, becoming laser focused. You know, there's going to be guys that the Dodgers are plus 500 on the money line.
Oh,
just closed. Shit.
Oh,
I'm
about to sign off real quick. Go hit that up.
Listen, Will, I was literally about to just empty the account there. Empty it. Not empty it. It was an empty talk. Emptier.
I have Freddie
too on that.
Freddie Freeman to homer, so that'll be cool.
On that Dansby front, right? Number 1 overall pick was traded. Right, had a whole lot of pressure with him. Traded to his hometown team,
him, right?
D-backs.
Yeah.
Yep. Traded for Tiki Toussaint. I think no, he was part of the deal.
Yeah.
He was part of the deal. But Tuki Toussaint.
Yeah, bad move.
Traded back to his hometown, you know, all that pressure. But you're right, was one of those catalysts that led that charge last year.
There's other two guys that got, like, obviously Rosario and Soler were huge pickups because they both were really good. Soler hit a bunch of homers and Rosario was just fucking on base. I mean, in the playoffs, he was incredible. Rosario was incredible in the playoffs. Especially
Jock Peterson hit some big home runs for him.
Oh, Jock Peterson. I forgot about Jock Peterson. Because they got him too, right? It was Soler, Peterson, and Rosario.
Soler basically platooned right field, righty lefty.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but they got all three of them.
Yes.
After Acuna got hurt, they got Peterson, Soler, and Rosario.
Yes.
I mean, it's good moves, and they all three definitely helped. All three definitely helped. You got to tip your cap to the Braves, and like you said, they're still playing good ball. We'd love to see the Dodgers win tonight.
Yep, plus 185 when I got it in. So,
that's a hell of a drop.
Yeah, I think it was.
Because the bases were loaded.
Yeah. They were a little slow getting out of that.
Yeah.
But if you could put a bunch of money on the Dodgers scoring this inning after getting out of a base loaded jam, that's probably be a good pick.
I don't know who this guy is that's in for the Braves. Lee, lefty.
Cliffway?
Not Cliffway.
Let's segue to a little Sixers, and then we'll do our crumb of the week. And, you know, obviously a little bit shorter of a show. I'm still not struggling, but still, like, I don't want to overdo it. So I'm trying not to yell tonight. I know.
How many teeth you get pulled?
Too many. I'm the crumb of the week.
How many?
I'm two this time. Two.
This time? What's happening over there?
I'm like a hillbilly. I'm the crumb of the week. You know,
why are you just losing teeth?
I'm not losing them. Some of them are just going bad. You know what I mean? We hit a point where.
What's going on over there? You just eating chocolates?
No, at this point, I'd rather you just rip them and let's replace them.
What?
Yeah, if they're bad, get rid of it.
Just get yourself a grill.
You want to catch it? You want to catch toothbrush one time?
I brush too much. Maybe that's the problem.
You brush too much?
I don't know, Wells. Okay, I can't control what I did.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
You know what I mean? I don't know what I did when I was 14. To start this process.
Wait,
But
chew on tinfoil?
leave me the fuck alone. Okay, I already crumb myself. I don't need you. All right, I already crumb myself. So
I don't understand. I just don't understand how you get so many toothbrushes. It's amazing.
It's only 4. It's been 4.
It's only 4. Only 4? Are you 70?
4 in 2 years. What do you want me to tell you?
Are you from Gloucester City?
I already crumb myself, Brian. No,
the Brian.
I need to continue. I already crumb myself 5 times now.
I'm sorry. There was a blonde with a white hat walking on in the background of the game. I totally got distracted. 4 teeth? It's them. It's because you've been fucking siphoning bangs for years. You need to cut that shit out.
It's not true because I've only drank bangs for 2 years. So
okay, but what was it before that?
Monster Rehab,
shit. Right, we just keep going back. It was like Rockstar, Monster, or Red Bull. We just keep going back. The Rolodex just keeps going back here.
Or the fact that I didn't go to the dentist for freaking 10 years to get anything fixed when it probably could have been fixed.
Well, yeah, that's probably not the smartest move.
Oh, there you go. You know what I mean? That's the deal. It's the deal when you're like, oh, you can go get that cavity filled and you don't, And you just say, fucking take it. Take her.
Okay.
Come take her.
Okay.
It costs more money that way than it does to rip it and implant it. Because what's going to happen to the tooth you just got fixed? You think that's going to stay fixed forever? No, but that implant you put in is going to stay fixed forever. All right, take notes on that shit. And then you know what you really do? You jack it up. You get all freshies.
Dude,
And
would
then
you stop trying to sell me on fake teeth right now?
You burn
You know what's better? Having your fucking teeth is better.
Listen, of course it is, Brian. What I'm trying to tell you is, right, what you do is you rack up a bill and you tell them, go F yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you on that. That's fine.
That's all I was going with it. Yeah.
Fuck the system. Yeah. I'm right with you on that. I'll send you $2 a month for the rest of my life.
No dentist will ever take I'll be banned from dentist's office now. I'll be walking around with no implants and no teeth. It'll be amazing.
Looking like Bobby Clark.
No, at least the ones you can see.
Oh, there's a base hit.
You know what I mean, boys? The ones you can see are still there. So,
oh yeah, you're good then.
We're just talking some molars. You know what I mean? Some back boys.
Couple canines, couple molars.
Some of the boys in the back where all the chewing happens. Now I'm like sweeps, like fucking Beaver and a Butterfinger again.
Some of them boys just lost a couple boys in the back. Couple boys in the back.
Now I'm fucking Bobby Beaver.
Couple boys in the back were causing some issues. Had to throw them out, you know.
Tommy Beaver in the house if anybody needs me. Fucking chew licorice like
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Good times. Good times. So Sixers make a trade. If you were living under a rock, welcome. They traded Danny Green on draft night in the 23rd overall pick. They got one Mr. De'Anthony.
De'Anthony Melton, yeah.
Yep. De'Anthony Melton from the Memphis Grizzlies, who actually when Ja was out and he was
he's a good player.
Yeah, when
he played solid, yeah.
Yeah, he played really well. So he double digits off your bench. Pretty good guy who can create his own shot too. And
he's young.
Three.
Yeah, he's young. Three, and he's young, like Will said, under team control. And I know people out there were so upset that we traded potentially a Michael Jordan at pick 23 for a player under team control. And everybody's like, well, he's not good defensively. He's not big enough defensively. Well, he has a 6'9" wingspan. So maybe just like get some information before you just spew out bullshit. So I'm not telling you he's Danny Green defensively, but we're looking for to be more versatile. We're looking to be more athletic, right? This deal right here, automatically, the Sixers are better than they were yesterday.
Yeah, and the 23rd pick, let me break this to you, 23rd pick, he probably would have given us 0 this year. You would hope that maybe you get something from him in 2 years.
Molly, go fuck yourself, okay, Molly? I see you. It's almost football season, so I can tell you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah, they're in training camp, right? Or OTAs, they start, right?
I didn't think 4 was that many. Now I'm getting smoked. I feel like somebody just punched me in the back of the head.
I mean, I just can't believe you said only 4. If you would have been like, oh, it's 4.
I thought like 4. I thought 4 throughout my career isn't too bad.
I mean, Greg, how many have you had pulled?
Maybe 1, like just because it fit the braces.
First off, that's worse than me saying 4. Like the fact that he's uncertain. Like
yeah, I don't know how he's uncertain. I was hoping he was going to throw.
13
I was
had
hoping he was going to throw a 0 out there as well.
Maybe 1.
I don't know. I think maybe 1. Yeah.
Well,
maybe
okay. So 0 and 1.
You two. The two
so
definitions.
The two of us combined have 1. You have 4. You have 4 times us combined. That's all we're saying.
You guys are fucking worse. I mean, you two. One doesn't dip, so that's why he's got all his teeth. Right? He never put nothing delicious in his mouth. It's all fucking.
What? I've dipped.
I'm talking about Greg.
You're talking about me, you idiot.
I have all my teeth.
So congratulations.
They could definitely be whiter, but I have them.
You're also 3 years younger than me right now. I'll say, really.
Whoa. Well, no. Are you 40? You're not 40 yet.
Yeah, no.
No, I turned 38 soon. Turn 38 soon.
Yeah, we're 2 years apart. So give yourself 2 years, and then you're going to start getting some.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say I'm not gonna be 4 teeth down in 2 years.
Is this it? Is this year for you?
Go fuck yourself, Greg.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Where it ends.
November.
Welcome.
I'm not happy about it. I don't want to be welcomed. I want to sit right here. I want to keep my feet right where they are. 39 forever.
While I'm on this kick, because it bothers me every time we start the show, and I never get to talk about it because you always start the opening and I don't want to speak. But who the fuck are you celebrating with at the fucking Eagles game? Who is that? I bring the guy to an Eagles playoff game. He makes a video that makes it onto our thing, and he's celebrating with not me. Who is it? Who's in the video?
The guy next to us or behind us. I didn't make the video.
Oh, really? I understand that, but I'm saying I don't understand who you're celebrating with.
I don't know how something you do. I mean, we were literally crying.
We're literally, it's 6 degrees. We're fucking huddled together. How the hell did I not make the video? I don't know.
I use your body heat.
I'm almost mad at myself more than I'm mad at you. I just don't know who that guy is. Because every time I see him, I'm like, that's not me. Who the fuck is that?
Don says, wow, Tom, my fake friend. Unbelievable. I didn't make the video.
I love how Don just sits there and waits for something and just bounces.
Love it, Don. Love it.
Love it.
Love it. Would love Trace Thompson to hit a ball hard here. Maybe jump in the ocean with your brother. Fucking weirdos.
Is that Clay's brother?
What are you guys' thoughts on?
It is Clay's brother, yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts on the trade? You know,
I like the De'Anthony Melton move. Like you said, that 23 is a guy that wouldn't have done anything for us this year at all.
There was talent there.
Shut the fuck up.
No, there was. It wasn't probably, to your point, though.
Yeah, maybe 5 minutes a game
going to help
or
us
something
this year.
Yeah, maybe
but
down the line.
There was talent available. I don't.
Okay, maybe down the line. I'll give you that. This year, though, we're better right now going into this season than we would have been if we drafted a player there. I'll say that. 100%. We were not going to get a player of De'Anthony Melton's, like current. The way De'Anthony Melton is currently, we weren't going to get a player that was going to be that good this season. We weren't going to get at 23. So it's a good move in that aspect. And I like De'Anthony Melton, and he's young. And, I mean, at this point, can we get rid of James Harden?
Yes.
Maxey Melton?
Your second team backcourt now is Shake Milton and Melton, right? Milton and Melton. You could probably do worse, right? To your point, right? We at least solidified another position coming off of that bench at a key spot where we were lacking, right? Yeah. So much of last year and the past few years, we've always had to roll, and we still might, but we've always had to roll a Maxey with the second group, or Danny Green with the second group, or whoever that transitional guy was, just because you needed that help, that scoring there. Not saying Melton fills it up, but hey, in this new role, you know, between
double
Shake and
digits
him,
off the bench is
between
solid,
Shake and him, it's going to, you know, the offense can roll through easier. I would have liked to have seen them keep one of the two assets, right? Like just trade the contract of Danny Green for Melton, or just trade the pick and see what you would have gotten, just because we are starved for assets right now to try and do things in the offseason. But I'm not necessarily going to poo-poo on the deal. The only thing I will poo-poo is, of course, Daryl Morey drafted this guy. So here we go. Philadelphia, Houston Rockets. Here we go.
Yeah.
Give me PJ Tucker, and we're all starting it again.
But that's life, though, Greg. I know you don't like that, but guess what? Anywhere people go, they pick people that they know
Absolutely. I completely understand that.
But I hear you. I mean, I hear you. I told you that I almost don't want to say this because someone in the chat will be like, you're an asshole. But the best thing that can happen to us is James Harden dies this offseason. That's the best thing that can happen. I'm not like trying to make it happen. I'm just saying that's the best thing that can happen to us. Off the books. Whoops.
Well, hopefully no one's watching to see this in case it happens. Will's going to have people knock on the door. Hello?
I'll gladly trade his life to know that I can predict something like that.
Yeah, right. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't.
But in all seriousness,
I wouldn't shed a tear.
in all seriousness, I think we're kind of fucked. I really do. That's why I like the Melton move, because we're gonna have to find. We're going to sign Harden. It's going to happen. We already know it's going to happen. So I just don't know how we're going to get better right now. To me, we're going to lose in the second round again.
Well, yeah, if Joel Embiid's not healthy, sure. But
I mean, even if he is healthy, I think we are. We need to get over the top. We need something. And James Harden's not the guy. He was a loser when he was a good player. Now he's slow and old.
And still a loser.
Yeah, he's a double loser
now. Listen, what I'll say is the guy's going to want more money. So if he opts in and they don't give him an extension, then he's going to obviously want to make more money. So there's that side of it. But what I'll tell you is what I said numerous times. I mean, this team's only going to go as far as Joel Embiid takes him. And if he's hurt during another postseason, I don't care who we bring in.
Well, that's true. Obviously,
so,
that's true.
I mean, you want to tell me about getting past second round? I'll tell you exactly how you get past second round. He stays healthy. Because is this roster good enough to get past the second round as constructed right now? Absolutely, it is.
I don't know that it is, though.
I don't want to hear anybody
because the East is tough.
We're talking about get past the second round. This roster,
yeah, I don't know that it is.
Well, then blow the whole thing up, then, babe.
I'm saying, can we move Tobias and bring someone else in?
For what? What do you think you're going to get back?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that we can.
No, it's going to be guys you don't like. It's going to be like Harrison Barnes and fucking guys that aren't good enough anyway.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. That's why I think, and I'm obviously joking about the Harden dying thing, but I just think we're kind of stuck with Harden right now.
Listen, I think you go the opposite way.
I think he's not good enough.
You need to think outside the stars, and not you, people in general, and need to think about keeping some continuity for once. All right, we've been changing this up every fucking year. Okay, that's
true too. That's true too.
Point, I got to keep some things. So those four guys are not tradable to me. When I talk about Joel, Tobias, Harden, and Maxey right now, I got to keep it together for a second. Now, how can I be creative and put pieces around them? I already did step one and get Melton, right? So now my bench is a little deeper with Shake Milton, and Niang. I actually had some scoring off my bench that I didn't have. They didn't have. So now I actually say I have three guys who can score off my bench. Way more than I had before.
I'd like to get a shooter.
Listen, I would like more. So now how can you be creative to go get another wing? Right? Because you're probably going to have to keep Matisse, honestly, because who the fuck wants him? So you keep Matisse. Hopefully he can grow. He's not a terrible guy to have, especially defensively, all right? And he's athletic, right? And he can create some trouble, right? And he's a guy who can move. So, right, so now who can your backup wing be? Who can your backup three be? That's your missing piece right now to me. And then you guys got to run it out, dude. And he's got to run it out and hope to God. Because if that man's healthy, I don't want to hear anybody tell me we ain't better than last year. Because if he's healthy, we're going to go further. If he's not healthy, newsflash, I don't give a shit if you trade for Beal. I don't care if you trade for Dame. You're still not getting to where you want to get to. You're just not. You were just not.
Well, I mean, that's obvious. That's obvious. Obviously, he needs to be healthy, and he hasn't been. And we've lost. And I've said this before, but we had the stink of a losing team on us. And it doesn't help when you bring in a king loser like fucking James Harden. But yeah, it's tough to get over that. It's going to be tough. I don't know that we are good enough to get out of the second round right now, Tom. I'm curious to see the wing that we bring in, because you're right. We do have a hole there. So you're going to have to bring somebody in.
Newsflash, Boston's not going to be as good next year as they were this year, in my opinion, because that takes a lot out of you. Right? It's almost like the Super Bowl loss.
It's a different NBA now, John. I agree with you.
Right? It's almost like
tough,
the Super Bowl
tough to play through a center now.
Right? Super Bowl hangover loss. Right? It's almost like that.
What Boston? Yeah, I would say that Boston's not there. But
still
they're
very good.
They're still, yeah, I would still put them above us currently.
They'll probably go to Eastern Conference Final. I'm not going to take that away from them.
I think Boston, Milwaukee.
I don't think Miami's as good every year.
But Miami's still better than us. You can't say they're not better than us right now.
Listen, every year that goes by that man gets older, I don't know how much more he can carry, is my point.
I mean, I hear you, but they have some young players that are pretty good.
I'm not saying they don't. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they don't. I'm just making the point of how teams can go a little south and maybe we can take a little jump.
I hear you, but I'm saying I still think I would if you put me in a playoff series against Miami right now. I know that I don't care next year that Jimmy Butler's a year older. I know that Jimmy Butler's going to come to play in the fucking playoffs. I know he's going to go 30.
And a healthy Joel Embiid's going to come to play too.
I hope.
I mean, listen, I'll be honest with you. I don't have a crystal ball, but if that series was like what it was supposed to be, okay, and Joel's playing in that, we beat them. We beat them. Maybe it
would have won 7, I would say.
But we beat them.
I don't know if we would have won.
But we already got better off our bench. We are already
we are better off our bench.
Never did.
Yes.
So with that, and I got a guy that's coming back that's gotten so much better in 2 years that I got to expect another jump from him, and that's Tyrese Maxey. I got to continue to.
Well, that's the biggest thing that we haven't said yet.
Play to go up.
If he becomes a superstar, then the Harden thing doesn't matter as much, obviously. But yeah, Maxey is. I think he's already a very good player. If he becomes a superstar, then we don't have to worry about the Harden thing.
Yeah, but anyone taking up $47 million of cap space is a huge deal.
Ew.
Yeah, well, is he going to take less money, Greg? Is the thing,
or $30 million, right? $35 million, whatever he ends up taking, right?
Everyone makes $30 million now. I feel like, but
you need something out of that, though, right? I agree. I agree that Maxey jump is potentially huge, but you still need something out of.
Yeah, but so then my question to you, I got a question to both of you real quick, before I forget it. So my question is, if Maxey takes that step that we want him to take, and he does take it, right? He becomes your starting point guard. Will Harden be cool with now taking the ball out of his hands, right? Because he's too slow. It's just a slow down. I'd rather have Maxey with the ball. And will he revert back to how he played for Arizona State and early in his career for Oklahoma City, where he was an off guard, where he didn't demand the ball as much, and he was basically a shooting guard, basically just shot, catch and shoot guy. Can he go back to that? Will he be willing to go back to that? And because I think that's our best bet is Maxey with the ball, pushing the pace, and Harden as a shooting guard, catch and shoot guy that gets the ball, drives the rim occasionally, but isn't ball dominant anymore. That's our best bet, in my opinion. But will he be willing to do that? I don't know, because he's a fucking asshole. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the $35-40 million question.
Yeah.
No, and you're right.
My question would he be willing to do that? And do you think that's our best bet?
And even so, though, like he did, at least when he was with us, and maybe it was the hammy, right? Maybe it was the injury. You give him the benefit of the doubt because traditionally he has been a decent, has been a good scorer or a good shooter as well, right? But he didn't shoot very well.
No, he hasn't shot well in a few years.
At least from the three, right?
He shot well in a few years, Greg. But again, if you get that in his head, like, listen, you're not going to be ball dominant anymore. So for the next few months, we just want you to practice on catching and shooting. I mean, I don't know. He has done that role, and he was an all-star his last year in Oklahoma City in that role. So I would
and hopefully maybe you don't
Daryl Morey. I would say to Daryl Morey, listen, you have a good relationship with James Harden, obviously. You obviously are fond of each other. Sit him down and say, hey, James, this is a hard talk to have, but guess what? You're too fucking slow, and you're getting too old. You can't be ball dominant anymore, and we need you to play off guard. And we're going to pay you well, but that's where you're fucking playing. And I don't care if you like it or not. Like it's hard truths.
Yeah, I don't know if Tyrese is ready to be a point guard per se. I don't know. I mean, he's more of a combo guard to begin with.
True, but I didn't even make that step.
I would say James is obviously a better distributor than Tyrese, but I understand the speed side. I understand like bringing the ball up. But honestly, I would still let Harden be my point guard.
He's still going to have the ball in his hands on occasion. Obviously, you know this, and he is a good facilitator. I won't take that away from him. Oh well, Will Smith just hit fucking Darno's bat while I was throwing down a third.
Well, so what I'll say to you is like the continuity side, right? I mean, nobody wins a chip trading for a guy halfway through a season. It's just unrealistic.
Yeah, and then continuously doing it every year. I agree. I agree with you.
Tell you they're going to do it now, but we have to like keep our feet here for a minute. I mean, like, this is the bed we made. We have 4 guys who can fucking flat out score in this league, okay? That can score. All right, 4 guys. I mean, as much as we shit on Tobias, he can play. It's not like Tobias is a fucking.
I like Tobias. He's just not good enough. That's the biggest problem.
He's literally.
I like him.
Besides Andrew Wiggins, he might be your 4th. Yeah, I mean, him and Wiggins might be your best 4th options in the NBA. I mean, as your 4th option, those 2 guys are your best 4th options in the league. Like, they really are.
Might be the guy that he took his spot. Might be Horford over him, but only on Boston apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it to Horford. I almost feel like he's more of a 3rd option there because Smart's like almost like a 4. But they're
I
like,
agree. I agree with that argument.
So I agree with you. I'm not going to disagree with that. But I mean, we
already tried that though here, so didn't work.
Like, I just think these guys need a minute to play together and a minute to know each other a little bit better, and I think that would go a long way. You know,
well, I mean, I do agree with you there. Continuity is definitely a big thing. It's actually a huge thing, honestly.
John, I feel like you don't like Joel. I understand he's been hurt and all these things, and I've been critical of him. Like, if he gets hurt again this year, I got to talk about moving him, which is the hardest thing to do.
But yeah, I'm not that part of it yet, but I do say that I will say, John, I agree that he kind of has the stench of a loser on him. It's tough to get off. But he is he's a superstar player, and there's nothing against him, and he's had unfortunate injuries a couple of these playoffs. You know what I mean? Like the eye thing. He's had unfortunate injuries. So you're hoping, like, maybe next year, like Tom said, hopefully he'll be healthy next year.
I don't know that he brings this team down, though.
Yeah, I don't know about
that. He kind of elevates the team a little bit. It's pretty important. And just because a big man hasn't won in a while doesn't mean it can't happen. Yeah, you know, most of the big men that have won have had really good 2 guards to go with him too.
Yeah,
Wentz Joel had a really good 2 guard to go with him.
I would say, like, the last one. I know someone was asking the last one. That was probably Duncan. I know he's not a center, but he is a big guy, and they played through him inside. So I would say Duncan is probably the last time, which is like, what, 10 years ago, 12?
Well, listen, I mean, it's not saying big men can't win, but you also, like you said, you haven't.
It's just the league has changed a little bit.
You haven't had a 2 guard with them, and you finally have one in Maxey. You know, and you got to see his growth. But to me, I got to keep those 4 together. I've been preaching that. Some people don't like it. Some people want to move Tobias to free up money. Free up money for what? Is my question. Like, what do you?
That's the biggest question. Is for what?
For what? So
you're not really freeing up money, right? You're not.
You're getting
because you got to get equally back, right?
Yeah, you might get out. You might have some cap flexibility in like 2 years from now. But what does that do? You're in win now. You
can do the same thing with Tobias in his current contract.
Yeah, you're in
2 years anyway.
Exactly, Greg. You're in win now mode.
And I don't. Who are you bringing in that's better than Tobias right now? That's the thing. Like, everyone wants to say Bradley Beal, but he's about to sign an extension with Washington. Everyone's talking about.
And where's he fit? Like, I would love Bradley Beal, but you have Harden, so where's he fit?
Yeah,
Bradley Beal going to play your 3?
No.
I would love
Harden's definitely not playing this.
I would love Bradley over Harden, but, like, you know what I mean? But where's he fit? And I know today's NBA, a lot of it's positionless basketball, but you can't have 3 guards under 6'5".
It's just funny to me. Like, Harden,
you can't.
Harden's got like a loser stench on him, but Bradley Beal doesn't. I mean,
I would say he does too.
Well, I mean, let's just keep it 100 though. Like, you're talking about a guy who doesn't even go to the postseason compared to a guy that's at least been in Western Conference Finals. I mean, not easy to win either.
I can't help where
it's not
in Washington.
Hold on. And you can't help with what Houston had to play against either, Greg. Come on. I mean, I'm not Mr. Harden. You guys know this by now. But like, let's call what it is. I mean,
he's just continuously come small in big games. That's all.
Yeah, but who do you have to run against in every big game? Look at who he's had to go against.
If Chris Paul doesn't get hurt that one year, they probably make it because Chris Paul was killing it.
How many times did he go against the Warriors? Twice?
3, maybe.
I mean, it's not. I mean, we're acting like they lost to somebody that's below them. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it real. Like, they lost to a dynasty of this decade. I mean, that's what they lost to. I mean, I'm not giving it a pass. I'm not.
The last year they were there, they lost to a team that was below them.
Probably. Okay.
I forget who it was, but you're right. But the 2 previous years, it was to the Warriors.
Yeah, like, all I'm saying is I'm not erasing the fact that James Harden comes off small. We just witnessed it. Okay, I'm not erasing that fact. I'm just bringing
I
another.
just can't believe he didn't. I can't believe he didn't shoot a shot in the second half.
Well,
to me,
I
that's what's so amazing to me. It's like we knew he was a crumb, and then he stamped it, and now we're going to re-sign him. I just can't believe he pulled that move.
Well, he's less of a crumb than the guy who just left here. So if you take that for anything.
And I will say, I love the fact that it looks like the other two are going to leave. Like the Nets are going to stuck with just Ben. It's fucking amazing. It's incredible.
There's also
it's
a 4-year age difference too between Bradley and James still. So I'm factoring that into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but a guy who's always
younger.
A guy who's banged up a lot, though. I mean, Beal's banged up a lot, though.
I would say
Harden's on recently.
Harden's on the court more than Beal, I would say.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Listen, I'm just telling you, they both have a stench.
Yeah,
at least one's been to the postseason and being in the Western Conference Finals is all my point. So he at least knows, air quote, what it takes, right? I got to let Harden and Embiid go again together. I can't. Not saying you guys are. I can't just go and shake it up again. This is the bed we made, and now we got to live.
I just don't like Harden. I never will. But obviously, I'm rooting for him to do well because I want the Sixers to do well.
No, I'm not saying you think this, but you guys think I like him because I don't, right? And there's a lot of proof in my memories that pop up all the time from 2-3 years ago. I'm not a fan of the guy, but I'll be a fan of him because he's wearing my colors, and then I'll find out a way that we can actually get to where we want to get to with him. And the way is, honestly, is to let these four play together. Because the one thing I'll say about him is I think he's a better teammate than I thought he was. Okay? And that's not...
I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that.
That's not giving any passes. That's facts. We all saw it.
I'll give you that 100%. And he's a good facilitator. He is.
The way he was with Maxey, right, I thought was really impressive. Okay? I thought it was really impressive, and it showed me a side of him that I didn't know. Okay? Not saying guy doesn't like going out and getting a bunch of lap dances after games. I'm not telling you.
I'm okay with that if he's playing well.
I'm not telling you he ain't gonna shy away in big moments or not get it done. All I'm gonna say to you is I think he's a better teammate than what we thought he was. Okay. Now, could part of the reason he didn't shoot at all is because maybe he was a shell of himself too. I mean, you hear a lot about the hammy, that it wasn't 100%, and the play on the court sort of showed me it wasn't 100%. He didn't have the burst, and nobody's gonna tell me at 32 years old in today's world that you lose your burst. You don't. You do not. You do not. Unless
you're right about that though. He had no lift either.
No lift. I mean, come on. And not saying he did before, but he always had enough, right? So there's got that. To me, I'm not making an excuse here. I'm just trying to look for things. Like to me,
I hope you're right.
To me, that hamstring was still an issue. It was never fully rested and cleared, right? So maybe a whole off season, right, can get him back to a little bit of a form he was, because when you saw when he had that time off, how he had that burst when he first came here. You remember that? So when he had the time off, he had that burst. What happened over time is that burst sort of went away because I don't think he was fully healed from the surgery yet. Now he's healed, but how like the Achilles, you need that extra year. I'm gonna feel the same way for a hammy as an older guy. Like I need a full year to get back to what I am. And I'm never gonna say that at 32 years old you lose your lift and you lose all your explosiveness. Because I watch a guy at 34 cut nets down again.
Yeah, I mean, there's a guy that's our age. Whatever you want to say about LeBron, he's still decent. He's not bad.
Pretty good.
He's not bad.
Pretty good player, even though he takes a lot of heat.
Yeah, he ain't bad.
Yeah, there was memories from like 5
honestly, I'm about to put money on the Lakers to win it all next year because it's just in line. It's like Golden State stunk last year. Curry went and got his this year. Lakers stunk this year. I'm like just waiting for it next year. Might as well throw some money on it. Already waiting for it. I don't know what they're going to do, but they'll probably have Kyrie. I just watch. Well, they got to get rid of. They have the other king loser, Westbrook.
Yeah, I'd rather have Harden than Westbrook.
Oh, 1,000%. I'll take that one to the grave. I'd rather have Harden over Westbrook.
And Kyrie, not Kyrie.
I hate Kyrie.
Yeah,
Kyrie's a good player. I can't stand Kyrie. I can't take a guy that's like he just misses games for personal reasons. He's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm not sure that he likes basketball. That's my problem with Kyrie.
Kyrie on the court.
I don't know that he wants to play.
Kyrie on the court is special.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
He's a much better player than Harden on the court.
But I'll hard pass all that.
Me too.
So I'm happy. I'm not saying I'm happy with where we're at, but I'm happy with these 4 and trying to build some things around it. Right. And you got to look at some things, can Jaden Springer maybe take a step for you and be a role player? Can Paul Reed and Charles Bassey show some growth Paul going into year 3 and Bassey going into year 2? Can they show some growth to you? So you have some things here that one need to grow. And
I like a little instant energy Paul Reed.
So on another note, let's get to her crumbs.
He's not. I will say that Paul Reed's not very good, but I do love his energy.
Yeah, if he can listen, if he can eliminate,
if he can figure out how to hone it in. Yeah, I agree.
There's always room for effort, guys. Right?
Especially on my team. Yeah, I
Uncle
agree.
Sweeps isn't on with us right now, and I know he sits right with us. He's a big effort guy, right? And we're all effort guys. We love a little energy and effort, right?
Mm-hmm.
It goes a long way. So there's always going to be room for a guy like Paul Reed. He'll always be able to play in this league. But
that's why I like TJ McConnell.
What will get Paul Reed out of this league quicker than he came into this league is the foul trouble, because nobody's going to play that. Yep. Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, he was found. He's a foul minute guy.
It's tough.
What is
almost,
hold on.
Almost impossible.
Hold on.
It's almost impossible.
Troy, this is the one thing that triggers me. Okay, we act like he doesn't play young guys. What young guys didn't he play? Guys who weren't ready to play? Because he played the one guy who was ready to play, did he not? So we give him all this, we crucify him for guys like Paul Reed and Charles Bassey not getting better, but we don't give him any credit for the growth of Tyrese Maxey. We just give that all that to Maxey. See, this is where people miss me. And I'm not sticking up for Doc. This is where you just miss me, okay? Because it's up at this level, boys, it's up to the player. Do you need good coaching? Yes. Newsflash, this staff is pretty fucking good, okay?
It's a one. You got to want it, Tommy. You know it.
God damn it. This staff is better than what we had. Like, we're always trying to get rid of the guys. Like, this staff is pretty good. Like, there's actually players who would want to come here and play for Doc. And I think, that's that article I shared the other day. That, like, Darryl said his biggest asset this offseason is Doc Rivers.
Well, who are they? Can we get a list?
I don't know. We'll have a list, though, for proof. Yeah, for sure.
I loved how they wrote that article, and I was like, is there a list? Can I get names? Because they were like, oh, these guys want to play for Doc. Who the fuck are they? I'd like to know. Because we could use some help.
Troy,
Marcelo Zuna has that diamond fucking chain that he's got on is shining. I think blinding me, dude.
2-1. I don't know if I said this. 2-1 Avalanche after the second period.
Oh, 2-0 Atlanta.
I don't know if I said this, but his chain's worth more than my house. So.
Yeah, it might be. that thing is woo, holy
we're sitting at like 117 for my place. That's definitely probably 170. 175.
Marcel just struck out with his house on my neck.
Yeah.
On his neck. My house on it. Fuck! I fucked that up.
All right. I'm the strikeout. Come on, Dodgers.
Yeah, let's go, Dodgers.
I might lie bet him again.
I'm all for that. You know what we say over here at the A2D betting is that if something doesn't look good, you throw more money at it.
Does it look better?
That's how we play things, Greg. That's our motto for NFL betting. If a bet looks bad at halftime, throw more money at it. That's our motto.
Troy, why can't we say both of them help the growth?
I mean, Doc's a Hall of Fame point guard. I'm all for the Doc trade. I'm all for the Doc hate trade. But, I mean, Doc's a Hall of Fame point guard himself. So to say that he had nothing to do with Maxey was all Cassell.
We give Doc more hate than he deserves, but he definitely deserves some of it. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely.
No, there's no doubt about it.
Now Dodgers are plus 500. Get your dabbles in, boys.
Dabble time.
Just went back in. We just live bet the Avalanche plus 2 something. I'm sorry, the Lightning. We just went back into that. Lightning were plus 290. We'll take that. We'll dabble on that at home.
Yeah, definitely.
Don, is this a real question, brother? Ayton or Miles Bridges? I think you should be able to answer that.
I mean, it's DeAndre Ayton to me.
Ayton, bro.
Miles Bridges,
bro. Ayton, we'll see in the playoffs.
Yeah, you would hate Miles Bridges on max money. You would hate it. You think Tobias Harris is a bad max deal? Go ahead and max Miles Bridges and let me know.
You're talking about from Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a good player, but you want DeAndre Ayton. That's what you
He's
want.
good. He's not max worthy though, and that's what
No,
he
he
wants.
ain't DeAndre Ayton.
No.
DeAndre Ayton is the guy that comes in. He's automatically going to make you a better defensive team because he's going to defend the paint and he can score. And you know he's the big guy that can score.
Listen,
And
DeAndre-
you put Kate Cunningham, DeAndre Ayton alone is a force. Then you add who I think is one of the top end players in the draft, and Jaden Ivey.
I think that's a playoff team.
That's a pretty close playoff team right there.
They still have Jeremy Grant too, don't they?
No, they just traded Jeremy Grant.
Oh, for who?
A bunch of picks and money, which is why they're able to go get Ayton.
Who got Jeremy Grant?
Portland.
Oh, that's a good move for Portland. That's an athletic big for Portland.
Yeah. I think DeAndre Ayton makes the Pistons a playoff team immediately.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah. I mean, is there a lot of talk about that happening?
Yeah, there is. There is.
That's why they moved Grant. That's why they moved Grant.
Phoenix been disrespecting that man a little bit too much.
I'm surprised that Phoenix would let him walk.
They don't think he's a max player.
No, Troy, I know what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
I mean, someone's going to think he's a max player, Greg, for sure.
Huh?
I think they both help them.
Someone's going to think he's a max player for sure. Some other team's going to think he's a max player.
Can we Maxwell go Twin Towers here? I know Tommy talked about it on Wednesday.
No, we can't do that. No, we can't do that.
Yeah, we could.
No. No. I'm against that.
Joel can cover anything.
It's not 2000.
Why? Joel can play the stretch four.
They both are so athletic they can cover anybody.
No, we'll just watch us lose in the second round again with two centers.
That's fine. It'd at least be funner.
We'll watch Embiid and Ayton shoot threes.
At least it's not Tobias missing layups.
That's true. or Harden not shooting.
What gives you a better chance to cut the nets down? Ayton and Embiid or Tobias and Embiid?
Neither.
Okay, you're an asshole. Crumb of the week.
Brian Wilson.
I already told you guys it was me. So
yeah, I remember. Lost 4 of them. I remember.
Yep.
Yep.
Not trying to relive it. Go ahead.
Oh, that's great.
All right, so since Brian's not going,
I thought he was. That's it. He's not going anymore. Okay.
No,
he just crumbing himself. Okay.
Mike Crum, and I hate to do it to my future wife, but Lexi Thompson once again blew a multi-shot lead with very few holes left to win a major today. She was up 2 strokes with 3 holes to play, and once again finished at a tied for second place because she can't putt. So it's the same old song and dance for good old Lexi. This might knock her down on the future wife list, but we'll see what happens. She did still make a lot of money, but yeah, definitely missed out on a major once again. So,
real quick, mine's Blake Snell for not calling me 3 years ago, like he was supposed to, and then for plunking Bryce Harper.
I like that. Mine's the PGA Tour.
Let's go.
The PGA Tour's in trouble. And guess what? They fucked up. They fucked up a month ago when they decided they weren't going to let these live guys play in PGA Tour events. They fucked up. Because guess what? All this oil money is just flooding guys' pockets, and they're seeing the dollars, and they're just going. Now, DeChambeau just went, right? Who else just went?
Gone.
I just saw something else too, right?
Matthew Wolf was what happened today.
Okay, so there's another one. These guys are just dropping. The PGA Tour is taking on water, losing stars.
Koepka, you probably talking about Koepka.
Koepka's already gone, right? Yeah.
Patrick
Reed gone. Obviously, Phil's over there. I mean,
I wouldn't be shocked if Fowler's playing next week over there as well.
Like, to me, this is the PGA. What does the PGA even do at this point?
Well, what they've already done.
You're dealing with a competitor that has limitless funds, and you've shunned them. So now you've made them upset. You just fucked. You're fucked. The PGA fucked this up, and PGA's in trouble. They're in big trouble.
The most recent things that have happened, Nick Faldo retired from CBS. He's rumored to go over there. So you're going to get CBS's number 2 guy to be the face and still be retired because they're only playing once a month, right? That's the beauty of what they're pitching over there. Matthew Wolf defected today. I like to say defective because that's what it's becoming, right?
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild.
I wouldn't be shocked because they play next weekend.
Greg's got guys leaving Cuba right now. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's kind of like it is though, Tommy, because PGA Tour drew a line in the sand, they fucked up.
Nothing in sports do I love more than watching the PGA Tour and a bunch of fucking snob motherfuckers get burned. All right, because
I agree.
You made golf this like gentleman's game where like cheering's almost not allowed. Like, you know, golf class.
They've been doing weird shit for years. Like
for years.
Women weren't allowed places. Yeah. They're still not allowed places. Like all kinds of weird shit they've done for years. Always had the nose up. Oh, we're better than you. We're
well, you even take this right now.
Golfers. And I get upset because I'm shitty at golf. I want to be better at it.
And so next year they've already adjusted some of the tournaments next year to be no cut, and they've already added money to the purses next year. So they mysteriously in all this found about $168 million to add to purses next year to compete
the
with
PGA Tour. Oh
yeah,
they had to do something.
But even this, right? There's so much talk on growing the women's game and the women's purses and stuff like that, right? So they had a major tournament this weekend at Congressional in D.C. The purse was $9 million, biggest for any women's major event ever. Whoever it was, I don't know if it was a PGA Tour or if it was just the TV executives, the women's leaders teed off at 10:30 a.m. so that their broadcast was done before the finish of just a random tournament in Connecticut was done so that they could have the TV.
The Travelers?
The men's. Yeah, the Travelers, all to the men's. So, like, the women's ended at 4 o'clock, which they should have gone to, like, 6 or 8. But it's such a crock of shit.
It's, Greg, but what that is, though, Greg, unfortunately, it's because people watch the men's.
There's no question about it.
I mean, it's unfortunate to say that, but that's just the fact of the matter.
There's no question about it.
I'll check out the women's golf.
But you can't talk about growing the women's game and then do stuff like that.
Paige
right? You know what I mean? Oh, she ain't on the tour though, but
I like me some Paige.
Maximum top 100. Holy smokes,
she's number 1.
They didn't get that one wrong.
She. I'm a fan.
There's
Paige Sporadic. I'm a fan.
There's some good looking. But there's some good looking golfers on tour too.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, I'll definitely I'll watch men's golf majors just because I always watch men's golf majors since I was a little kid, you know. But I don't watch like the regular tour. But I would be more inclined to watch female golf for sure.
Yeah,
they got some lookers.
They sure do.
No comment.
And they're always dressed tight. And they're dressed tight.
Oh yes,
tight.
I was going to say something. I'm not going to say. I was gonna. You say pussy's tight? What'd you? I'm gonna say. We'll say whatever the hell we want. Bob Menery told you.
Yep.
I mean, we're having fun. Everybody, calm down.
Make sure you wear something tight.
Boy, it's a great show. Like always.
Awesome.
We'll see you on
this guy in Maranta.
You don't know. Now you know. We are brought to you every Sunday by our doc. Make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, locations in Burlington and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find him right on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. He's also on all your social media platforms. If you need anything, feel free to send him a DM, and he can help you out with anything you need, and you can go from there. But they accept most major insurances, so you won't have a problem. Also, we're brought to you by Manscaped. You can get 20% off and free shipping with our code A2D at manscaped.com. So make sure you go do that. And our good friends over at FanUp, they're the best. FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports. Daily now MLB contests, NFL contests right around the block. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use our promo code A2D. It's a $50 value. Hold on. I think I had something else from FanUp. Give me 1 second, boys. Let me find this because I know we just came out with something.
Oh.
Hold on.
Dude, this dude pitching for the Dodgers is a little round mound, isn't he?
Is that, it's
Moranta.
Moranta? Yeah.
Moranta. Yeah. He looks like Pablo Sandoval.
I need catching help. Any word on when Grandal's coming back?
Nope. No word.
What else have you heard?
Nope. Williams Contreras has been doing decently for me. I had to scoop a catcher too because I'm without Tyler Stevenson, who he did the same thing Bryce did, but he had to get surgery. So hopefully Bryce doesn't have to get surgery.
The thumb?
Yeah, he broke his thumb.
Yeah, Contreras is scooped up in this one.
Both Atlanta catchers have been hitting well, and they both play like almost every day. Darno plays too. I assume somebody has him though.
Yeah, they're both scooped up.
So FanUp has the highest parlay payout in the game. 30 times your money, 30 times. You can use promo code HUD at sign up. You get $50 in cash that can be used on real money parlays or contests. So,
I like that. There you go.
tell you guys. So your $50 turns into is real $50 you get just for using the promo code A2D at signing up over at FanUp. They're on the Apple Store, family. Make sure you go download them. They're the best, good friends of the A2D family. So do it. For Greg Moniak, Brian Wilson, I'm Tom Arnaud. No Uncle Sweeps tonight. See you next week. I'll see you guys all tomorrow night. Greg will see you guys Wednesday. And
let's go, Phils.
And Wilson's always around. So ring the bell, boys. We out of here.